Good afternoon. So it's been an interesting last 2 weeks essentially. I got to go visit Alma and do a retreat in Northern Virginia, DC area. This is a 5-day long experience with Alma. 3 days of that was retreat. Got to see some good friends and connect with Alma and the people that I had been on tour with in the past, and it's a lot of familiar faces, a lot of great souls serving the mother. Um, Inevitably, so to speak, I caught COVID. I don't know if it was inevitable, but I felt that it was definitely a necessary element in slowing me down in life, um, as I have been pushing myself extremely hard um, to not reach much of a ends to the means. Um, so sometimes nature just takes control and slows you down by giving you a virus or something of that nature. I'm sorry if I'm flinching a lot. There's a lot of bugs out here. I'm in the woods across the street from my home in Rock Hill, South Carolina. There's a nice little park here. I like to come here to do qigong and pray and do mantra and walk in the woods. I met a really sweet young couple from a small town in Texas. They're moving right across the street here, and they're closing on the house on Wednesday, moving in 2 weeks. Really great energy. I don't know much of their background, but I was on the swing set and they came over and I was just friendly, and then they sat on the swing set and we were all just swinging, talking for about an hour or two. Yeah, just really great energy, just very innocent, very sweet energy. He's an engineer, and I guess she worked in the same field, but she's starting a new job here. I forget what she said. Kennedy and Joshua, I actually remember their names. They pointed out the house that they're moving in. It's like literally 2 houses from me, so I said if I saw a moving truck or a U-Haul out there and I was home, I'd come over and help them unload if they needed it. But it's just great to be open to people. We gotta stop living in fear of strangers. Ultimately, we're just fearing our own shadow sides because we're all just a reflection of each other. So, it's important to keep our hearts open. Michael Singer says, you opened your heart, like you fall in love with a male or a female, and you open your heart to life, and all the old programs stop running. Bruce Lipton talks about the biology of belief. So he says, falling in love is like taking a magic pill. All the programs stop running, and then nothing is so impactful, nothing is so dreadful. The worry seems to drop away because all of a sudden you're in the moment and you're in your heart. So that's what happens when we meet another being. 2 worlds collide, and our soul's ultimate striving is for union with the divine. So the highest level of experience of love in this dualistic world would be completely falling in love with the divine, which is everything, the substratum of everything that's manifest. They would say Shiva and Shakti in the tantric traditions. Shiva being that static, all-embracing, formless reality, and Shakti being the manifest in all her glory, destruction, manifestations of universes, and so forth and so on. All of nature, essentially, everything that you could try to comprehend with your mind, but way more than that. So, also known as Prakriti, nature, right? The Great Mother. Um, that's why we see all these beings coming to Earth now. Only a small percentage of them know about them. Perhaps it's something I'm bringing up now that you've never heard of, but for the most part, these great mothers are coming to the Earth now, and from what I understand, there's a shift. It's already been happening, but the mother energy is coming back. And I just heard a strange prediction from this guy I'd never heard of, Chris Briskov or something. Anyway, he's one man who's been investigated by a number of three-letter agencies in the government. So, you know, obviously there's something about him that's interesting if all these government agencies are investigating his life. But apparently he had contact with these beings, and it's pretty well documented. He's got a lot of video. He even puts video up on Instagram, and they're very sensitive to psychic energy, and I guess he had some kind of connection with them. So they agreed and to let him be able to record them at some point. And he was experiencing these orbs of red balls of light. And he actually saw these beings when they were fishing and camping, him and his son, and I think his brother or something, had an experience of these these floating aliens that came as an orb, and then they came out of the orb, and then the orb was inside of the alien, and they had red glowing eyes, and they floated. I know, it's an insane story, but all the details don't matter. There's some connection there. I've seen the videos. It's definitely seems legitimate to me, and it's not surprising. Easy for the mind to go down a wormhole with these kind of things, but the overall message that I've gotten from some of these ET experiences that people have had is that you know, they want to save the Earth, they want to help the Earth, they have a unified awareness of consciousness, and it's integrated with their technology. And this is all speculation and hypothesis, obviously. I can't say that any of that's real, but you know, in one regards, looking at the masters of India and the great saints and the miracles that they had contributed to the world, and the love was the greatest miracle. The undying love for union with divine, and through that earnest and relentless commitment to choosing that above all else, they were able to transcend what we experience as our normal waking 3D reality, and able to go into a 4D reality, in the present moment reality, and spontaneously miraculous things happened around these beings. It's still happening around these beings. So back to my point, the Great Mother is coming. The Great Mother energy is coming, and this guy Chris Breshkov, I know his name's wrong, was saying that in the year 2026 that there's going to be like a struggle This is interesting to me. It's all speculation. I don't know. There's going to be a struggle between the powers in the heavens, because the female power is coming into her cycle of control, and the male power gets agitated and angry. So right before a great peace and transition, there is going to be chaos, which always made sense to me because it's kind of like the butterfly and the cocoon and the caterpillar story, where, you know, the caterpillar goes into the cocoon and then slowly deteriorates inside of the cocoon, basically melts down and becomes a completely new being, and emerges from that chaotic state into a beautiful winged creature that gives joy to everybody who sees it. I guess the point is, it's already happening, and the point is that it's time to work on ourselves and try to make this place a better experience for our own minds and the minds of the people around us. We can cultivate loving energy towards everything, even our negative thinking. Just cultivate the loving awareness, so to speak, as Ram Dass would say, and just let go of the belief systems and the stories that are keeping you trapped from experiencing what's happening right now, and the opportunity right now to be present, to be aware. Just feel the energy in every cell, you know, it's like a golden light buzzing and vibrating. Listening to the sounds of nature. Being one with life, with nature, with what's happening around you. Noises in the distance. They're all embraced by this space. They're all embraced by a great silence. Breathing in through the nose, filling up with prana and life force. Breathing out through the nose, letting go, releasing, back to the mother. Just keep your heart open. That's the biggest thing. Our heart opens when we get hurt. Our heart opens when we're astonished by love. Our heart opens when we become completely present. That's the real forgiveness. That's forgiveness. It's just not letting anything tell you something other than what's happening. If that makes any sense. It's just what's happening. It's the sensory objects that you're experiencing. The birds chirping. Voices in the background. It's all embraced by that great silence and that peace, that stillness. Who am I? Who are these thoughts? Where do these thoughts come from? Where is their origin?